Are Manchester United planning a swoop for Arsenal's left back LEWIS SKELLY? We'll be talking about the latest Manchester United news that's come out from that. We'll have a conversation about LEWIS SKELLY. And listen, is he a left back? Do I think United are going to get immediately? No, but he's definitely someone who is an interesting profile to look at with his minutes not guaranteed at Arsenal. And this is what's being reported. Manchester United have started planning a major left back overhaul. LEWIS SKELLY is one of the primary targets, reportedly unhappy with his minutes at Arsenal. Other Premier League options under consideration include Tyreek Mitchell and Anthony Robertson. That was what was reported from Graham Bailey from Team Talk, and their role has been persistent problems due to injuries and lack of depth, forcing the club to actively search for a stronger, more reliable solution ahead of a key rebuild. Now, what I would say about LEWIS SKELLY is he's still relatively young. I think his minutes at Arsenal is not what you expect to be for a player who had such a good season for them last season. He was fantastic. I remember in some big games for them, he was someone who scored some crucial goals for them. Obviously, they didn't win anything, but when are Arsenal ever going to win anything? But I think LEWIS SKELLY definitely is a talented player, we know that. In terms of left back, we know United are in the market for one, we know Manchester United need one. That's not something that's new. Luke Shaw, we know his qualities, but he does have his limitations. And with United hopeful to be in Europe next season, we're going to need someone who can play multiple games a week. And I think if you look at the left back who's been linked to, and you look at the left backs out there, there certainly is plenty of choice for Manchester United to go out and get. I think Luke Shaw will probably be at the club next season because one, United won't be able to sell him, and two, he's still got a few years left on his deal. So there won't be any sort of rush to get rid of Luke Shaw. I think there should be. I think this should be his last season at the club. But again, if you get rid of Luke Shaw, that means you have to bring in a replacement and a backup. I think if you keep Luke Shaw as a backup, and I think his experience is valuable, and you bring in a younger option, that could potentially be a LEWIS SKELLY, a Lewis Hall, potentially a Tyreek Mitchell, Anthony Robertson. Now, looking at a few of the options, I think the most suited one to Manchester United, and a kind of, if you're looking for an ideal replacement for Luke Shaw, would be Lewis Hall. He's someone who's got a wealth of Premier League experience. He's played in Champions League football. He's a top level prospect. And I think he's someone who has what Manchester United need. Now, again, it's going to be very difficult to deal with Newcastle. But on LEWIS SKELLY, let's talk about him. As I said, he's really broke through Arsenal in the last kind of 1 or 2 seasons. He's not really played many minutes this season. There's a kind of toss-up between Hincapié and Calafiori for that left-back position right now for Arsenal. Don't know whether that's Arteta don't fancy LEWIS SKELLY, you don't think he's good enough, or... Listen, I think LEWIS SKELLY is one of those players. Listen, he's a natural midfielder. I believe in the academy for Arsenal, he played in midfield. And I think you kind of see that at left back. Now, again, he hasn't had many opportunities, and he probably will be looking to leave. I don't know whether that be on a loan deal, similar to what they did to Wanyeri, but ultimately he is one of those players that at his age and with the quality that he has should be playing regular team football. Now, is he someone who makes a switch from Arsenal to Manchester United? I don't know. I think he's an Arsenal academy product. He's someone who, I think if he was to leave, probably wouldn't go to a Premier League club. But if you're looking at best for his development, I think he would be suited to this United team. He's got a lot of power, a lot of energy, a lot of quality. But as I said, there's many other left backs that we've been linked to. Again, my ideal choice would be Lewis Hall. I think he has been the best left back in the Premier League alongside Nico O'Reilly. And I think he's someone who does have a lot of talent. Now, Anthony Robertson, someone that's been linked. Again, I think he's 29, Anthony Robertson now. I think that kind of ship has sailed. I think he's a player maybe 4 or 5 years ago when he's at the peak of his sort of ability. Then you go out and get him. But you look at as he's aged, the injuries have kind of picked up. He's not someone really I'd go for. Tyreek Mitchell, again, he's more of a left wing back. I think someone who does have a lot of quality. I don't know how young he is actually, I can find out now, but I think he's someone who has got ability. Obviously, he's playing consistently for Crystal Palace. He is 26 years of age, so again, there's not the worst age. Got a decent profile, got many years of Premier League experience as well. He's been at Palace for quite some time. So yeah, I think he definitely is an option. But again, as I've been saying, left back is definitely a position Manchester United need to improve on. Whether that is LEWIS SKELLY, whether that is Lewis Hall, whether that's I don't think someone like Harry Amas or Diego Leon are quite ready to make that step. But hopefully in the next few years they could potentially do that. But we do need a left back. I think that certainly is a profile that we've identified. I think we do need a right full back as well. I think, as I said, next season, hopefully United are in Europe. There's going to be a lot of games. I think Luke Shaw, you need competition for him anyway. MYLES is not good enough. I think he's someone that United need to sell. in the injuries. It's sad because that season under Ten Hag, he was fantastic. He built a very good relationship with Rashford, but since then he's not really been able to stay fit and get regular minutes, and I just don't think he is good enough, so I would sell him. And that's all really we have. I think, listen, we seen as well, if you do bring in a left back, that ups Luke Shaw's game even more. We've seen it with Alex Telles at times when we brought him in, and Shaw just played even better. We've seen at times with Dorgu. Obviously Dorgu's transitioned more upfield now, but as I said, we definitely do need a left back. Who we go out and sign is still up for grabs, but a shock move for LEWIS SKELLY apparently is on the cards for Manchester United according to reports. Do I think that will happen? I don't think so. I think LEWIS SKELLY, I think he will, if the minutes kind of stay how they are at the moment, he will look at leaving because he's young, he's got a contract. He literally signed a contract last season until 2030, so he's still got a few years left on his deal. So listen, he won't be someone who Arsenal probably look to sell, but they do certainly value him, or they don't value him enough at the moment with the fact that he's not playing minutes. He is 19 years of age, so again, he's still very early on in his career, but I don't think it would be a risky sign. It's not one of those where you look at him, he's 19, he's inexperienced. You look at someone like Diego Leon, who I think is 18, 19, they are on two different sort of paths and abilities and journeys in their career. So I think if you were to sign LEWIS SKELLY, he's someone who goes straight into that first team. Do I think it'll happen? No, but I think he would be a significant upgrade and he would help Manchester United massively. But let me know your thoughts on the left back situation. Who do you think Manchester United should sign? As I said, I think we're going to need a lot of players this summer. Potentially a backup goalkeeper if India and Onana are sold and Heaton retire. So we'll see what happens there. Is that a Vitek loan? I think we do need a left back. We could potentially see Manchester United go for a right back as well. Centre back, I mean, De Ligt and Martinez, we'll see how their injuries progress and whether United do go out and get a centre back. In midfield, obviously we know the overhauls needed there. Casemiro and Ugarte expected to leave. Bringing in three midfielders is absolutely key. A backup for Kobe Mainoo and two number sixes. And I think attack we're alright. I think we'll get some money from Rashford. They'll get some money hopefully for Sancho and Rasmus Højlund. And then we can hopefully invest that into the squad. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the left back stuff.